Breaking news in Lincoln County. Police say they've captured a kidnapping suspect after a long police chase.
It's just sad. It's heartbreaking.
A devastating loss for students at a central Kentucky school. Investigators say a classmate was killed in a crash.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. WKYT News starts now with breaking news.
Good evening. We continue to track breaking news tonight out of Lincoln County. In the last 2 hours, police say they have arrested a man wanted for a violent kidnapping in Missouri.
Police say they caught 25-year-old Robert Caldwell near Stanford after a carjacking and police chase this afternoon. Both police and the FBI had been looking for Caldwell. Kristen Kennedy joins us now live with the breaking details. Kristen?
Amber, the sheriff tells us that Caldwell was so desperate to get away during today's chase that he ended up driving his car over this ledge. He crashed into that creek, then he got out of his vehicle and started running from deputies. We do have Sky First video of where this chase ended for you to see now. Deputies tell us that they ended up chasing him down in the cornfield. They did arrest him. Now, we just spoke with Sheriff Folter moments ago. He says that he still has Caldwell in his custody. They are waiting for the FBI to arrive so the FBI can then question him. If you'll remember, Caldwell's wanted out of Kansas City, Missouri. Police there say he and another individual kidnapped a 67-year-old man Thursday, also stole that man's van. We're told the victim managed to escape in St. Louis. Investigators found the van abandoned on the Bluegrass Parkway in Bardstown. And today, Lincoln County deputies joined Casey and Pulaski County deputies chasing Caldwell. They say that he stole a mail carrier truck from Pulaski County, and that is actually the car that he landed in that creek right here in Lincoln County. Again, we just spoke with Sheriff Folger. We're trying to get a little more information from him tonight. We'll have much more for you. For now, we're live in Stanford. Kristen Kennedy, WKYT.
All right, Kristen, she's been on the scene there all afternoon. She'll have much more tonight at 11 for us. It has been a tough day for students at a Central Kentucky high school. They are mourning the loss of a classmate who died after a crash in Pendleton County.
Investigators say that one Harrison County high school student was killed and another injured in the crash on US 27 near Falmouth yesterday. Today, Sam Smith talked to school leaders about the tragedy. It's our top story at 6.
It's just sad. It's heartbreaking.
An accident along US 27 in Pendleton County injured one teen and claimed the life of another. Seniors at Harrison County High School, Darren Williams and Bradley Beagle, were in the same car.
You're talking about a bunch of kids that were out enjoying a bonus day off, as it were. You know, we had a snow day yesterday.
Investigators say they were following a car and that car suddenly stopped to avoid hitting an animal. Beagle was driving. Investigators say Beagle swerved to avoid colliding with the car that stopped. As a result, Beagle's car flipped several times. Williams later died from his injuries. This was the second time a Harrison County High School student died in a crash in the last 2 months.
It's hard enough once, it just compounds it with the second time.
Beagle was taken to the hospital with an apparent chest injury.
I feel really bad for him and his family right now. I know that they're going to struggle, and this is going to be a difficult situation for them.
Grief counselors are available for anyone at the high school that needs them.
It's always tragic, you know, when you lose a teenager or a young person and they're just cut down too early and they don't really have a chance to get their feet wet in the world.
In Harrison County, Sam Smith, WKYT.
Ware Funeral Home in Cynthiana will handle funeral arrangements. Those are expected to be finalized tomorrow.
Nearly 4 weeks after a deadly crash in Madison County, police have now charged a man with murder. Police say 26-year-old Caleb Aldridge was driving under the influence early on New Year's Day when his car ran off 4 Mile Road and hit a tree. Investigators say one passenger, 23-year-old Chelsea Harnack, was killed. Another passenger, 23-year-old Amber Heller, was badly injured. Investigators say they weren't able to talk to Heller right away.
Very serious shape at the time, so we had to wait couple of weeks before we could even get in to speak with her. So obviously the detectives and investigators have done that, and we were able to get the evidence and what we needed presented to the county attorney, and then obviously the warrants were obtained.
Along with murder, police also charged Aldridge with assault and DUI.
Tonight, we're learning more about the investigation into a murder in Lexington. The Fayette County coroners identified the victim as 23-year-old Alejandro Dominguez Hernandez. Police say Hernandez was found shot multiple times inside a car along Johnston Road last night. So far, police have not made any arrests in the case. They also have not said if they have any suspects.
We are tracking a developing story out of Richmond tonight. Police are investigating a bar fight reportedly involving an EKU football player. Police say it happened Saturday night at Jersey's Lounge and Dance Club on Main Street. Investigators say they were just informed yesterday about the fight, and they are still currently looking into what happened. A family friend of the player involved says he received significant injuries. No arrests have been made. Eastern Kentucky University has issued the following statement saying, "We are currently investigating the report of an assault on one of our students in an off-campus location that may have occurred late Saturday night or early Sunday morning. We cannot divulge the name of the student who may have been involved at this time." A former Eastern Kentucky judge executive will spend more than 7 years in prison for a corruption case. A federal judge sentenced Tim Conley today. Conley used to be the judge executive of Morgan County. In court, he had a tearful apology, but as Sean Moody tells us, Conley didn't have much to say after the sentencing.
Former Morgan County Judge Executive Tim Conley didn't answer questions as he left the sentencing. Mr. Conley, is there any statement you'd like to make to the people of Kentucky or Morgan County?
Not at this time.
Okay. Do you feel the punishment is just?
Not at this time. I just want to go home, guys. Just let me go home and be in peace.
He had just found out he'll spend more than 7 years in prison after he pleaded guilty to a charge of mail fraud. Prosecutors say between 2009 and 2013, he rigged bids on Morgan County bridge projects and got at least $130,000 in kickbacks. Cameras aren't allowed inside the courtroom, but I sat through the sentencing. Conley spoke at a podium. Through tears, he apologized, saying he'd made a bad choice and that he wanted his community to have what other communities had. The judge told him his crime feeds the people's cynicism of the government and breaks down the fabric of our democracy. He also praised Conley for good things he'd done in office. He said his mistakes don't cancel out his successes, but they also don't give him a pass. The judge gave him the maximum recommended sentence of 87 months. Prosecutors said they hope this sentence will serve as an example.
This is completely unacceptable conduct, and it's the kind of conduct that demands a serious punishment.
Defense attorney Ben Shields said this sentence shouldn't be Conley's only legacy.
He did a tremendous amount of good for the community of West Liberty in the wake of that devastating tornado, and I just hope that's not forgotten.
In Franklin County, Sean Moody, WKYT.
Conley must also pay $130,000 in restitution to the state and Morgan County.
Tonight, investigators say more thefts targeting Central Kentucky women are likely connected. As we first told you yesterday, police think the same man broke into cars parked outside gyms in Frankfort and Harrodsburg and stole purses inside. After our story aired, the Franklin County Sheriff's Office says they received calls from Richmond Police, police in Lexington, and the Clark County Sheriff's Office. Those agencies think thefts in their areas are connected. The Franklin County Sheriff says police are close to making an arrest in the case. Police released surveillance pictures of a suspect. The sheriff says multiple people could be involved in these thefts.
Well, the day started with another round of light snow, but it looks like we'll have a brief break from the wintry weather. Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey has an early look now at your forecast.
Little bit of clearing already taking place into parts of the area as of now, showing up on Live First Alert Defender with nothing that is out there for precipitation, with the temperatures dropping into the upper 20s and low 30s as of now. 29 in Lexington, Danville and Somerset at 32 degrees, 27 in Moorhead. One of the colder spots showing up into northeastern Kentucky. Throw the clouds on there or the lack thereof. Notice how we have the little horseshoe of clearing into parts of central and eastern Kentucky. That dry air is going to eventually eat away at the clouds, so the overcast conditions to our west and southwest will begin to get on out of town. Beautiful view right now in our live sky cam here at the station on Winchester Road, looking toward that sunset that just happened. A little bit of cloud cover still on that western horizon, but notice over top of us into most of central Kentucky we have the clear skies. Weather headlines: it is a break in the snowy action, though I'm watching a clipper that dives in here later this week, especially Thursday into Thursday night and Friday morning, and Super Bowl Sunday getting my attention for a storm system that will impact the region. That may bring some snow and winter weather in here for that super weekend. We'll break it down when I get back in a few minutes.
Tonight, heavy snow is still falling across much of New England as a powerful blizzard continues to cause problems.
More than 2 feet of snow has already fallen across much of Massachusetts. The Boston area appears to have taken the brunt of the storm. Thousands of people have lost power and roads have been shut down. Today, Jordan Valines talked to a Central Kentucky native who now lives in New England. And Jordan's at the live desk with the story. Jordan?
Sam, that's right. This afternoon, we talked to Annabelle Mormon, a Lexington native now living near Boston, and she says this recent snowfall is like nothing she's ever seen. Not far outside of Boston, Somerville, Massachusetts currently looks anything but the season it sounds like.
They were saying around 8 o'clock in the morning that it was going to be 12 inches. And by noon, they were saying 18 inches.
Instead, this winter wonderland
We woke up this morning, it was like you couldn't even see our road.
is keeping millions inside their homes.
Never seen anywhere near this much snow before. It's kind of hard for me to even comprehend what we have right now.
Annabelle Mormon is a middle school math teacher in the Boston area and learned just how serious the storm was going to be after an announcement made yesterday afternoon.
The mayor declared that school was going to be canceled for Tuesday and Wednesday. That's kind of when I knew that it was going to be really bad because they pretty much never cancel school up here for snow.
Schools, businesses, even roads all shut down due to the storm.
Here, I mean, our road is completely snowed over. It would be impossible for me to leave even if I, did lose power.
Losing power is a major concern of many living in the area, and Annabelle says they've done their best to prepare.
I went out to the store, made sure we had batteries, groceries, all that stuff.
While also preparing to ride out the storm along with the millions of others. Now, the Boston mayor says he's considered closing Boston schools on Thursday, which would be the third day of closures, but no final decision has been made. At the live desk, Jordan Valines, WKYT.
Boston's mayor says the roads department has sent 700 plows out to clear the streets.
Are you tired of carrying paper tickets to UK games? Next, how your smartphone can now help you get inside Rupp Arena or Commonwealth Stadium.
And then some changes are in the works for a movie theater in Jessamine County.